speaks of how Krishna, after his coronation by the southern rulers, returned to Mathura, where King Ugrasena and the residents of Mathura showered him with great wealth, and it was declared that there will be parts of 10 dinaras for all the residents of Mathura. Now, Shiva Prasad Bhattacharya has compared the works of Kavi Kulaguru Kalidasa with Harivansha, and Kalidasa's Meghadutam, the Khandakavya Meghadutam, refers to Vishnu in the garb of a gopa wearing a crown of peacock feathers. Gopa Veshasya Vishnu, that's what he says. And such expressions are found in the Harivansha as well. The Harivansha has referred to Krishna as Vishnu, who is in the attire of a cowherd or a gopa. Now, the period of Kalidasa was approximately between 375 to 450 CE. This is just approximate, and scholars postulate that Kalidasa lived during the reign of Chandragupta II Vikramaditya, and Mahamahopadhyay V.V. Mirashi has proved that Kalidasa lived during the reign of Chandragupta II Vikramaditya, because there are a lot of debates about the date of Kalidasa, ranging from the 2nd century BCE right till the Gupta period. And in fact, earlier it was believed that Kalidasa lived in the court of Bhoja Paramara, but then with the discovery of the Meghuti inscription of Ravi Kirti, which is a Prashasti of Pulakeshin II, the Chalukya ruler Pulakeshin II, it was firmly established that Kalidasa lived definitely before 634 CE, because he is mentioned in this inscription, and 634 CE is the date of the inscription. Now, it can be assumed that by the Gupta period, the Harivansha had become a very famous work, and poets like Kalidasa were aware of it, and they drew inspiration from it. So, the Harivansha must have been composed at least 1 or 2 centuries before Kalidasa. Now, there are certain passages in the Harivansha which are also found in the works of Ashvaghosha, like the Buddha Charita.